No, not that I'm aware of. Let me turn this off while we figure this out. Anyway, sorry. More tournament announcing hijinks is that we couldn't figure out how to dislodge the microphone that Allie had welded to the microphone stand somehow. Tornado Alley does everything intensely.
Absolutely. Brute strength on this one. I was struggling.
All right, anyway, safety checks are going to take place here momentarily, so let me bring you the last official lineup. Here are your officials for this bout. Your head referee, Mama Seidel. Your game executioner, Chasen Voorhees. Your front pack ref is Infidel Castro, and your back pack ref is Snow White. Your jam refs are McWinkle and Crash. Your eyes in the sky are Freya Hugs and Gigi. Your OPRs are Meryl Streak and Debris. Your penalty tracker is Debris, and your penalty tracker assistant. Sorry, your penalty tracker it's a long way across that page. Your penalty tracker is Yazzle Dazzle. Penalty tracker assist is Jax to win. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Your penalty, well, I have a note at the bottom. So your penalty box attendants are Abby Arsenic and Dirt Reynolds. Your whiteboard is Crystal Ballbuster. Scoreboard is Baby Bat. The runner is now Jax to win. That is the extent of it. And your alternate is Vinder B. Rodriguez. So let us, now that safety checks have, did safety checks take place? I was reading the roster. Let's bring you the rosters for these two teams. There they are. Thank you. There's safety checks. So my pleasure to bring you the roster for Tilted Thunder. Pretty similar to the last one we just saw. Number 00, Elaphobia. Number 19, Skeletori. Number 25, Amelia Bearheart. Number 32, Honey Badger. Number 57, Scardew Valley. Number 67, Crybaby Kingpin. Number 96, All of You Die. Number 180, La Katrina. Number 211, Dope. Number 225, Nightmare. Number 313 is your co-captain Hawkblocked. Number 613, Dreidel. Number 712, Hannah Roll Lecturer. And number 428 is your captain, Carnia Slaughter. That's Tilted Thunder in purple this bout.
All right, and for the Arizona Hotshots, we got number 17, Bitch Please. Number 34, Pretty Hurt Machine. 68, Juicy Kiltor. Number 95, Lightning the Queen. 131, Huerta. 151, Ash Smash'em. 300, Dolly Spartan. 616, Antifa. 666, Strange. 925, Evil Twin. 1981, Sandra Slay O'Connor. 2187, Princess Leia. And your co-captain for the Hotshots is 2011, Colette Razorcat. And your captain today is number 626, Remy Ruckus.
Looks like your first jammer for Tilted Thunder is going to be All of You Die. All set. I like how Olive had the red shirt that was off one shoulder, and then we now have a purple shirt that is hanging exactly the same way. So.
Consistency is very important. Style is very important. So, yes. I can understand wanting to do that.
Arizona coming off a victory over Los Angeles just a
and
little bit ago.
And I believe our Arizona Hotshot jammer is Bitch Please, number 17, if I'm not mistaken.
It is indeed. Everybody's checking in. We're ready to go. Action is underway. Bitch Please down to the inside. Quickly found an opening along the inside coping and is out and clear for Arizona.
All of You Die is in the middle-ish of the pack there, kind of fighting off some hot shots, trying to make their way out of the pack as Bitch Please is coming around for a scoring pass. Tightly bunched pack there.
Tiptoe along on the coping along the inside, and was trying to tiptoe along on the toe blocks along the inside and not come off the track. So to force the call off, obviously. And I hear Sandy saying power O, so that means a penalty was indeed assessed to all of you die. Let's see, that was a cut. So that was indeed what we thought it was probably going to be, was a cut. One of those skate wheels apparently touched the ground on the infield. So on the jammer line, all by her lonesome, once again, earliest power jam you can have in about, that is jam number 2, and that's Sandra Slay O'Connor out there.
Yeah, Sandy's already out of the pack, coming around for some scoring. Tilted Thunder trying to regroup there in the pack to hopefully stave her off a little bit.
And Sandy around the outside, using the rail for leverage to get around those Tilted Thunder blockers at the front of the pack.
Yeah, Sandy was really unfazed by that. So Tilted Thunder is looking to build a wall here, getting kind of broken up a little bit by some hotshot skaters.
Yeah, you saw one of the Tilted Thunder blockers back there in the back of the pack, kind of pushing the Arizona blockers out of the way. And now you've got a solid 3-wall at the front of the pack for Tilted Thunder playing defense. They do get pushed out of play. However, Arizona had that goad at the back of the pack. So 5 seconds left on the clock. Sandy endeavoring to get back around, closing in, gets by that back skater. So
picked up a point there, yeah.
Yeah, one plus at least one ghost. I think just one ghost, right? Let's see. So there we are, 12 indeed, 1 plus the ghost at the back. So 12-point power jam for Sandra Slay O'Connor early here in the game for Arizona. Looks like we've got Elaphobia this time for Tilted Thunder. Muerta is your jammer for Arizona. Muerta bouncing around and able to get out. Here goes Ella around the outside. Almost got clear. Hard collision with the rail between Lightning and Ella. Ella now back to the front to deal with Lightning again and is able to get by. Lightning surrendering that spot. Arizona only those 2 blockers out there, so hence you saw why Lightning went ahead and let Ella go through.
Yeah, Muerta came through the pack and then decided it wasn't worth the effort to let Elaphobia come up on the pack, so just went ahead and called that off.
Also a penalty assessed there to the Arizona Jammers. So Muerta picking up an arms penalty. That means we've got an early power jam for Tilted Thunder. That is going to be Hannah Roll Lecturer, who is going to be forever known now as the skater with no number on the back of her jersey because it's black on dark purple.
I know. I was thinking by the stature of the player that it was
Hannah Roll Lecturer, and also the same kind of like Zuba's looking shorts, which is also very interesting, again, with the color matching. So Hannah Roll Lecturer, their Hanny is there fighting along, trying to find an opening, and gets pressed between those blockers, almost got out, but now
Arizona doing a very fine job of keeping Hanny back there, but Hanny does make it through the pack there, so looking to make some good here on this power jam.
The Arizona defenders are together at the front of the pack, so they're going to try to break away and play keep away. Here comes Tilted Thunder trying to separate them at least a little bit. Hanny now approaching and tries to get up there, tries to just get in front of a couple of skaters before the whistle blows. We'll see from the infield if Ose, and Hanny does get 5 points for Tilted Thunder.
And on the jammer line, we've got number 96, Olive Udiah for Tilted Thunder, and Ash Smasham, whose number escapes me, 151. There we go.
Yep.
Both jammers poised, ready to go.
And I was going to say we were approaching that deadline of when usually you see them start looking around for an OTO. That's Jason Voorhees signaling the official timeout. So in the very early going, after 4 jams, it's Arizona 19, Tilted Thunder 5. And we will step aside momentarily for an official timeout. Don't forget your food truck outside. You can still visit them. They'll be here through the end of the bout, so definitely you're able to drop out there during halftime perhaps. towards the end of the second quarter, maybe, and get yourself some delicious pressed hot sandwiches from Guac on Up. Looked wonderful. I hear that the Cubano sandwich is wonderful in particular. So
Yes,
your
my
options outside.
husband actually had the Cubano, and I had the grilled cheese, and both were fantastic.
Yes, I heard. Yes, I actually did hear from Allie that the grilled cheese was so good that you told Allie about it.
I did, yes. We were having that discussion during halftime of the last game, so I had to sing their praises a little bit. And if you're looking for dessert, we got Karen's Sweet Haven out there in the front.
Yes.
There's pies, cupcakes. I can't attest anything yet. They looked amazing. Bought some. I will report back next game.
Yeah, as I was saying during the last game, I took Freya's debit card and bought lots of baked goods. For both of us,
Perfect.
I swear. For both of us, because Freya likes baked goods.
Freya's going to
swear.
appreciate that.
Freya eats bread all the time. All of You Die is the jammer for Tilted Thunder and is now going to kind of ping pong around, try to spin past on the outside. Meanwhile, the star was stashed. Your
Yeah,
jammer
looks
for
like-
Arizona
yeah. Ash Smash'em
is Ash still.
coming around. Looked like there might have been a star pass from Ash, but decided against it. Got clear of the pack, so decided to go ahead and roll with it, pun intended.
So now Olive down to the inside, gets cleared out by Lightning. And trying to get some help from a blocker. A bunch of skaters all kind of coming together at once. Olive getting wiped out that time by Lightning.
Night Mary playing a little bit of ping pong or a little bit of what's I'm looking for here?
Plinko?
Maybe with
I don't
Night
know.
Mary, who
I don't know what
is-
you were looking at.
I know.
So I'm just guessing
Who
at
is
things
it?
that bounce around. I'm
Well,
not sure.
I
A ray
saw-
of light in a mirrored chamber?
I saw Night Mary bump Ash off twice,
Okay.
so it almost looked like like ping pong or the machine that I'm thinking of. Why am I having so much trouble with this?
Because you've been here the whole time, too.
I don't-
That's why.
Anyway,
It looks like a thing that bounces. Meanwhile, that's when we have reached this point of the tournament when metaphors fail you. That is Carnia Slaughter out there for Tilted Thunder. Along the inside, getting clear for Arizona.
that looks
quickly.
like Dolly Spartan.
Yep, that is Dolly
Yes,
Spartan.
there we go.
So Carney now is up, got one blocker to face, and is going to try to just go along the rail and go. Now that blocker gets an assistant. And Dolly is trying to find opening along the rail as well, and does so. Dolly is out for Arizona. Looking back here, and the Carney Slaughter still looking for an opening, but runs hard into that blocker for Arizona. Dolly up to the high side, gets blocked into the rail by
Yeah,
the
looks
pivot.
like Carnia Slaughter found their opening and is out with Dolly. So let's see what happens here.
And Carney tries to get in the way and block, but Dolly is able to get the angle and get by for the jammer point and calls it off. So 10 points for Dolly Spartan in Arizona. It's interesting seeing which skaters are, and a timeout. Let's get to that first. Official timeout.
Okay, it only took me a minute, but I was thinking of a pinball machine.
A pinball machine.
Pinball machine. There we go.
Pinballing around. I
Yeah,
get
see?
ping-ponging. Right.
It was there.
You know,
it was there. But
The electric ping pong machine with the metal ball.
that's the one.
I understand completely.
Do we need to talk about anybody? Anything? Merch booths? We got
Oh, of course
all
we
kinds of
can.
merch
Well, yeah.
happening.
Yeah, the merch booth's still open. You can drop
Absolutely.
down there. That's kind of doubling as our snack bar, and you can fill your souvenir cup down there until the beginning of the third quarter break. So that's also when they'll stop serving food. And of course, in food, again, outside, Guac on Up. You got the bakeries down there, the merchandise.
Oh, my quad is still
I mean,
there.
we mentioned Raven's Baked Goods again, but then also you've got the Midway Magic. You want to catch them before they take off.
Absolutely.
Et cetera down there. Green Irish
Moon.
Green Irish Moon, thank
There we
you.
go,
I almost said
yes.
Green Irish Rose, but that's not
That's
a barbershop
something
song.
else, yeah.
Meanwhile,
We're doing so good. Evil Twin is out for the Hot Shots, it looks like. Oh, but Night Mary's coming up
Yeah.
behind for Tilted Thunder.
Night Mary is really putting the hammer down to try to catch up here. The pack is playing keep away. Those two Tilted Thunder blockers are trying to stay out of play and stay away from being points, the last blocker does so. Nightmare on the pursuit, able to force the call off, and Evil Twin has to settle for 3 points instead of 4.
Oh, and you know what that sound means. That's
Knock, knock.
Amelia Bearhart
Knock, knock, who's there? Amelia Bearhart.
on the line for Tilted Thunder. And who do we have for the Hot Shots here? I can't see the
For the
Princess
Hot Shots, it's
Leia.
Princess Leia,
Princess Leia.
Leia down to the inside. Excellent block closing the door there by 57 for Tilted Thunder. That's going to be Skardu Valley. Sleia is recovered into the front of the pack, kind of pushes past that blocker there on the point and gets through.
Yeah, Bear is looking to find an opening between some of those hotshot players. Looks like Strange back there. Looks like Dolly was back there as well. Finally found the opening and came out, making their way around. Sleia is kind of assessing the situation, looking ahead, looking back, and calls it off.
Oh, look out. Oh, you hate to see that, but that is excellent that nobody got hurt. You hate to see a skater get rolled up on from behind when they're not looking. It's like when it happens to an offensive lineman in the NFL. That's when offensive linemen suffer career-ending leg injuries. That's
Well, hockey players too.
Man,
That's very
yeah,
common in
same
hockey.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. Rolled up on when you're not looking is just the worst. So I was, look out. I clinched. But anyway,
It all
everybody's
worked out
fine.
well.
Whew.
It worked out well.
No, we're good. Anyway,
No need to call on Deanna the medic.
Yeah, we're going to have another official timeout. Nope, not an official timeout. Team timeout. Arizona. So there's Coach Troy McClure coming out and saying they need a second to talk things over. So that was 4 points for Arizona. So 41-5 with 5:31 to go in the first quarter. Don't forget the charity that we're supporting during Chingadera. Oh, yeah, we can read that one too. So, yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Maricopa County Sheriff's Office's Animal Safe Haven, or MASH. That is what we were collecting for during Chingadera. I say we're collecting for because we're fixing to wrap this thing up. But that is definitely a charity worth donating to. That was who we were collecting for this whole weekend. And if you find the time and you have, animal type things left, you know what I mean? Cans of cat food that your cat doesn't like. Seriously, we've got like 10 cans that our Manx cat Nubbin has to eat the special urinary tract stuff. And we found a can that just after a while, he's like, I won't eat this anymore.
They're so finicky.
Yeah,
so
random
finicky.
cans of cat food you got laying around your cat didn't like. You know what I mean? Things like that. Is anything pet-like?
Yes.
They specifically
Blankets,
said, whatever you can
toys.
think of, we'll take it.
Yeah,
Toys,
litter,
sure.
like all kinds of stuff. They
Anything.
need it all.
Puppy pads, bedding.
Yes.
So yeah, look that up. Them and any of your local animal charities while you're at it as well. But yeah, MASH is our charity of the month. Look them up.
And it looks like we've got an Arizona Power Jam here.
We do.
And Bitch Please is taking that, number 17, making their way around. Tilted Thunder doing a pretty nice job there, taking some seconds off that jam clock.
Yeah, Tilted Thunder operating with a full pack of 4 blockers. You've got only 2 out there for Arizona, which undoubtedly is why they took a timeout to discuss strategy.
Absolutely.
So far, Bitch Please not yet out. Almost got clear, but Elaphobia with a great elbow just knocking Bitch Please off the track.
Props to the Tilted Thunder players that are out there holding Bitch Please back. Looks like, is that Olive? Yeah, Olive doing a nice blocking job there, but goes out of play.
Olive wearing the pivot stripe on the front of the pack, so definitely burned 40 seconds off the Power Jam clock. So now Bitch Please catching up to the pack on her first scoring attempt. And is going to run up into that defensive wall again at the front of the pack, and is able to trying to stay up on the inside, but wasn't able to keep her balance. A blocker did come off as the bench called out, ends up with a partial scoring pass and a high five.
Yeah.
At the front of the pack from the 3 wall.
I'd say that was a very
defenders.
successful defensive effort on Tilted Thunder's part.
So a solid defensive effort. All 5 of those skaters did get passed at one point or another down the back straightaway, but just 5 points on the Power Jam. Good defense by Tilted Thunder. That's La Katrina at the jammer line for the first time for Tilted Thunder.
And Dolly Spartan for the Hot Shots. Both jammers looking for their opening. Dolly's going to the high there, trying to get past, it looks like Olive again. Or maybe
And
not. Nope, I'm wrong. That was Murta. Pardon me.
Dolly had wobbled off the track and then heard she fell, so Dolly got to take off for Arizona, your lead jammer. And you do see La Katrina Bear at the back of the pack just trying to fight through and getting blocked hard back there. That is, let's see, Juicy Kill Tour and did not catch the other one before they went behind the post. Anyhow, now there's 3 of them. My goodness. So they're multiplying. They came up from behind the post and they had completed mitosis. Meanwhile, here goes. Oh, there's Strange trying to clear a path, and
Ooh,
also
big hit.
turning around and then hitting Hawk Block hard as well. Hawk Block is going to head downwards toward the infield. Teammates on trans agenda there, Hawk Blocked and Strange.
And Strange,
So,
yeah.
Anyhow, but you know how it is out on the track. Everybody, a lot of hard hitting, and then everybody goes to the after party afterwards. We have slightly less than 3 minutes to go until the end of the first quarter.
And we've got Elophobia for Tilted Thunder and Ash Smash'em for Arizona. Looks like Elophobia might make it out. There we go.
And is able to do so. Elophobia is out. Lead jammer for Tilted Thunder. The star has been
star
passed by
pass.
Arizona. Taking over is Muerta.
Been seeing some really successful star passes this
Yeah.
tournament.
And Elophobia, nice smooth skate through the corner. Calls it off after getting the points. 4 points for Tilted Thunder. Looks like we've got Hannah Roll Lecturer one more time now for Tilted Thunder up against Sandra Slay O'Connor for Arizona.
Both jammers kind of going straight towards the pack there, looking for their opening. Sandy working their way around the coping, makes it out. They're going to come around for some scoring. Hanny having a little bit more trouble there against Arizona. Looks like that might be a Juicy Kill Tour again, if I'm not mistaken.
And Hanny's able to get those blockers out of play, just far enough out of play. And everybody's okay. Everybody just making sure everybody's all right. That was signaled as a call off by Sandy. It just kind of caught me by surprise. So, checking in as they adjust the pack. 4 points for Arizona. All of you die at the jammer line for Tilted Thunder. And for Arizona, that's Evil Twin. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Slightly.
Evil Twin goes high. Looks like Olive going low. Looks like Evil Twin is out prior. I'm going to come around for some scoring. Olive is struggling a little bit there towards the back. There's a couple of hot shots. It looks like maybe Remy Ruckus is back there doing some blocking, as well as Lightning the Queen. And Muerta. Oh, goodness. We got Bitch Please back there, too. Got a nice little 3-wall happening. Twin worming their way through the pack. Ooh, ends up on the infield, though. A couple of tumbles. But it's back up and on the track, looking for some more points.
Those 2 blockers out there for Tilted Thunder are doing everything they can, trying to clear a path for All of You Die as best as possible. Olive now going to line up and form a 3-wall. And Twin is able to coping jump along the inside and get clear. Ends up being 10 points for Arizona. And that ended with just enough time for one more jam in the first quarter. So 70-9 in the moment.
Let's see, is this a battle of teammates here on the jammer line? We got Skeletori and Princess Leia.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're
So
both on the beauties.
they are Skeletori back to wearing number 19, which is also not what they wear in the league. It's 011. So, you know, just in an effort to continue confusing us.
Exactly. Tori's just
meanwhile-
in it to make us
so-
confused.
Actually, I'm sorry. Tori did change when they got their new jerseys.
Oh,
there we go.
okay.
So, all right,
Okay.
so I take it back. Meanwhile,
Still, no name on the back of the jersey and no bow. That's
Right.
throwing me off.
so Slaya weaves through the pack and is able to stay upright. Tori is at the back of the pack looking for an opening. Tries to get by Dolly, but taken down to the track by a block from Skid Vicious. Here comes Princess Slaya with 17 seconds left on the jam clock, and Slaya finishes off a scoring pass.
Slay's got a few more seconds on the jam clock. Might be able to pick up a couple more points as it comes to a close. And does.
Able to get there and finish off that scoring pass just before the clock expires. All right, Arizona puts 15 points on the board heading into the quarter break. So we'll step aside for that 5-minute break. Right now, your score 85-9. Arizona is in front. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Looks like we're just about ready to end the quarter break. We are looking at 15 seconds came from the infield as a fun cue. Derby Dames 85, Tilted Thunder 9 at the moment as we get ready to reconvene the action. Couple of penalties on Tilted Thunder as we get back into this. We've got a stopping on somebody and a directional block on that one I can read. That's stopping on. See, it's funny is like as the board sways, it comes in and out of focus because of my horrific eyesight. 7-12 is Hannah Roll Lecturer with a stopping, and then that was a directional block on La Katrina. However, no jammer penalties, so 2 jammers out there. That's Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder.
And we've got Muerta for the Hot Shots. And Muerta's already out as lead jammer, but Elaphobia is doing their best to get out as well. Although, once again, you've got that formidable Hot Shot wall there going there at the front of the pack. Muerta's going to worm their way around, come out. A little bit of fancy dancing backwards there.
Elaphobia now at the back of the pack is trying to push through along the inside. Just kind of trickled off onto the infield. Now trying to get by Lightning again around the outside this time along the rail. Not quite able to get past Lightning, so here comes Muerta. Elaphobia waiting down along the inside to help form the 3-wall. And Muerta swings around a couple of skaters just before the clock expires on the jam.
Yeah, Elaphobia made a nice decision there to go ahead and do some defense and bumped Muerta off onto the infield. And we've got Hanny on the line for Tilted Thunder.
We do, and we have a referee checking with a referee. Yep. Looks like we're okay. Jamming for Arizona down here is going to be Pretty Hurt Machine. And Hurt quickly out along the inside.
Henny looking to get by. It looks like Dolly and Sandy there at the back for the Hot Shots. And Henny does break free of the pack.
Yep.
Start moving around.
There's Hurt getting out of the pack for Arizona, calling it off with Hanny heading down around that turn. So that's 4 for the Derby Dames. They have gone up over 100 for the bout, 104 at the moment. That is All of You Die for Tilted Thunder.
And Bitch Please for the Hot Shots. Both jammers pushing. Olive got bumped out onto the infield there, but is back on the track towards the front of the pack there against, looks like Lightning and another wonderful skater. Maybe that was Pretty Hurt Machine. Bitch Please looking to get out as well. Both jammers kind of stuck, but it looks like Bitch Please is out now. All of You Die going up against Lightning, ends up off the infield again.
Lightning blocked up into the rail, trying to find an opening past Lightning. Lightning again closing the door, as Lightning is wont to do while wearing the pivot stripe. And there, running into the back of Lightning and clearing on through, is Bitch Please. A lot of penalties have rained in. I've heard from the infield a steady stream of them that I'm not at liberty to discuss, but there's going to be some stuff coming up. And there we are. With the end of that, Bitch Please racing in at the very end as the clock got ready to expire. Have an official timeout. Jason Voorhees is signaling the official timeout for us, so we'll find out. It had started to look like a power jam for Tilted Thunder, but I heard more than one "That's Your Jammer" come over the airwaves, so we'll wait until that penalty board comes up for sure, and we will confirm if that's going to be double jammer down or not.
Just to let you know, Arizona's own Mimi Mahler is having a sticker fundraiser to help support her trip to the Roller Derby World Cup. She will be skating and representing Team Fuego Latino. Find Mimi this weekend at the Hall of Dames to purchase a Mimi sticker, or you can find the order form on her Instagram at Mimler, M-I-M-L-E-R _22. support her in her efforts. I believe that she is attempting to get to Austria to play, so it is a long way from here, so help her out.
I went to Austria twice for choir. Well, no, I'm sorry. Once for choir. Once for jazz band and then once for choir when I was a jazz musician and then a choir singer. Anyhow, and Austria was extremely, extremely nice. Try the Speck. My goodness. Oh, and depending on where you're going in Austria, get real Mozart chocolates. Oh, my goodness. Trust me. Actual Mozart chocolate. If you've never had Mozart, they're called Mozart Kugeln, which is Mozart balls. And they're little chocolate balls, and they have marzipan and pistachio nougat inside, and they have the absolute best dark chocolate your lips have ever kissed on the outside.
You had me at pistachio.
What I love about it, the best part about it is as we get ready to, have we moved into a challenge? No? Okay, that was still a timeout. We're getting ready to go. I know I'm waxing rhapsodic about things that aren't roller derby, but Mozart chocolates are the best because they were, Mozart, the composer, his dad was like, at a time, it was, Mozart, the chocolate maker's talented piano player kid. And he was actually like a world-class chocolatier in Salzburg. So yeah, anyhow.
Right
Mozart
now,
chocolates, delicious.
yeah.
Support Mimi Mahler, so Mimi Mahler can go get Mozart chocolates.
Exactly.
And also roller derby,
roller
I
derby,
guess.
yeah.
All right, we are back to it. It is still a power jam for
Tilted Thunder,
it
yeah.
is, but they only have, they got 3 blockers out there.
Three
Arizona
blockers.
only
Arizona has
2
two,
right.
and it's Skeletori that is taking this power jam for Tilted Thunder. Out of the pack now, ready to score.
Tilted Thunder is going to try to get in front, and they do get one of the Arizona blockers knocked down. Are they going to be able, they do briefly, are at least going to stop the pace of play and let let Tori get through there, not Olive. I had to think about it for a second. Tori now, however, finishes a scoring pass and has 12 seconds left to work with. And Tilted Thunder are going to do their best to run the accordion here and keep the Arizona skaters in point scoring range. Are they able to do so? It did not appear to be the case. 5 points for Tilted Thunder. So Tilted Thunder is cheering for double digits off the bench. So 111-14. We have Knight Mary at the jammer line for Tilted Thunder and Evil Twin for Arizona. Officials are all talking. I feel like we're headed straight into an OTO here. There's like
something. There's a lot of discussion going on. I do want to mention that there are some Seattle fans on the Twitch that are supporting Tilted Thunder right now. So
Chase has got the Clayton Kershaw curveball knees going on. All right, there we go. Along to the inside, Knight Mary immediately, and to the front goes Evil Twin. Mary trying to cling to that coping. It gets blocked off by Muerta.
Yeah, you've got Muerta, looks like Remy Ruckus, and Ash Smasham there at the back. They're doing an excellent job at keeping Mary back as Twin is coming in for some points. And Twin is out of the pack. Pretty slippery there. Knight Mary struggling there at the back of the pack with those hotshot players.
And at the front of the pack, Evil Twin is trying to deal with those blockers. For I was
getting
just kinda
challenged by
watching it work.
All of You Die,
All of You Die, another block, recycle back to the front. Evil Twin, here comes Dreidel again. Olive and Dreidel working together, now gaining Elophobia.
Yeah,
Excellent
really nice.
effort against the jammer there. Great way to work in concert. And hey, let's point out too that that Olive doesn't skate with this team. So look at those blockers working like that, spinning around and recycling. And Olive honestly does not really skate with Elophobia or Dreidel hardly probably ever.
But that was really successful.
Great work, yeah, excellent. 10 points still for Arizona, but great work on the defense by Tilted Thunder. So we are looking at Skeletori now for Tilted Thunder.
Is that strange for Arizona?
It is strange by body posture, strange indeed
there we
by
go.
jersey
Okay.
number as well. I was going to say they're standing like Strange.
Right.
Meanwhile, there goes Strange at the front of the pack. They are out and clear for Arizona. We are looking back here at Tori, who's going to take a big running start and get to the front. Sandra Slay O'Connor out of play and had to just get out of the way. Tori coming through with a full head of steam. Sandy turns around and opens a path for Strange coming through with a full head of steam as well. So Strange gets the points and calls it off.
It looks like we've got on the jammer line for Arizona for the first time, Lightning the Queen.
Yep.
And we've got Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder.
As we know, in every single bout, this will be the first time of several we see Lightning because that's Lightning's favorite thing to do. Elaphobia, as mentioned, has jammed. Elaphobia actually likes jamming. That's not a joke. Elaphobia jams often for this team.
Lightning the Queen gets bumped off into the infield.
And then Ella's going to do it again as well down there trying to play some jammer defense. Lightning tries to find a path to the outside. Ella to the inside. Ella's out and clear.
Lightning caught between a couple of Tilted Thunder players. Night Mary, for example, as Elaphobia is coming around for some points.
Excellent effort on the blocking. Night Mary was down there. Night Mary down there spinning around, and Lightning, though, able, as you mentioned, to get out. You heard the loud cheer. I'm sure you could hear it. Olive was about 4 feet from me with that stomp and yell.
Very excited.
However, a penalty. So, penalty assessed in the quest of picking up those 4 points. Sandra Slay O'Connor is letting Arizona know that it is power O. Arizona's got all of their blockers. Nearly full pack. Tilted Thunder down a blocker as well. Sandy is waiting along the outside, is going to tiptoe along and get around Carney Eslata to get clear.
Pack's just kind of creeping along at this point. It looks like Tilted Thunder's trying to build maybe a little bit of a 2-wall there towards the back. Carney Eslata makes an attempt to stop Sandy. Sandy gets actually out of the pack again and is coming around. Tilted Thunder pushing their way against Arizona, likely to get the pack to move a little quicker.
And Sandy tries to duck around the inside, gets clipped just enough to knock Sandy off stride, gets up to reestablish behind that blocker, and then takes off. That's Amelia Bearhart. So Arizona, again with the pack advantage, Carney Eslata may still even be out of play at this point. Not quite able to try to get down in Sandy's way, but Sandy finishes off the scoring pass as the clock expires. It's a 15-point power jam for Sandra Slay O'Connor and the Arizona Hotshots. We now have All of You Die for Tilted Thunder.
And it looks like Evil Twin. Both jammers working their way through, and it looks like Evil Twin is going to come out as the lead jammer. Olive there at the front of the pack, worming their way around.
Trying
to, yeah.
I was going to mention that was Lightning at the front of the pack, and now Remy Ruckus picking up the defense. Knocking Olive off to the infield as here comes Evil Twin. Kind of coasting along, because followed along behind number 32 for Tilted Thunder and used them as a blocker briefly.
Arizona's only got a couple blockers out there, so.
And Olive stays upright with a scream. Olive enjoys being out there. Just
yes,
it is. Olive really likes skating roller derby.
Absolutely.
I just thought I'd take a second to point out that just absolute joy at every turn. So
very excited.
It's fun to watch.
Very
Olive
excited
skate.
to do it. Very excited for their team.
Absolutely. We got a team timeout. It is a team timeout for Tilted Thunder. So 9 points for Arizona there. 4:08 to go until halftime. It's Arizona 149, Tilted Thunder 18 at the moment. It's worth mentioning during this team timeout, there are several skaters out there that we know from Arizona that are former minor skaters from our minors program. Skating for Tilted Thunder is Night Mary, also one of those folks. And then Elaphobia, I know, skated juniors for them. For years, I announced them in juniors tournaments. So it's worth looking up your league, support your league's minors program if it's got one. And if it doesn't, just support young people learning skating in general. You know, it's worth remembering that because it's, first of all, like, as I've told people, you probably remember when you were a teenager, it probably stunk. You know, like really nobody probably had great teenage years. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you did, you're fooling yourself. Like, so it really does a lot. You know, we have a whole ad spiel that we have in our, you know, for our home bouts about teaching you skills that go far beyond roller derby. And it's really the truth. And if you know,
Absolutely.
to a person, any skater that I talk to that has come through the minor program says, oh my gosh, yeah, made a huge difference. It just,
Yeah,
you know,
leadership
really,
skills, discipline, teamwork. I mean, it's just, it goes on and on.
Sure. So yeah, absolutely. Like I said, just, you know, to take a second, remember, always support your minors program. And if there isn't a specific minors program in your league, always remember to support young skaters looking to get started. You know, it is, sometimes it just takes loaning somebody a pair of skates to get somebody started in roller derby. So we have the star off. That is Skeletori, who is jamming and is now going to put the star back on. We had a team timeout from Tilted Thunder to discuss this Tilted Thunder Power Jam is what we were talking about while I was waxing on about the benefits of minors roller derby. So now Tori up to the pack. The Tilted Thunder blockers are going to spring into action with 12 seconds to go on the clock. Tori trying to work in front of as many skaters as possible up and down the pack, tries to get in front of a couple of them before coming off the track. And the whistle blows before Tori can get back to the pack. Ends up being 2 points for Skeletori.
Another win for Arizona defense there on a power jam. And we got Ash Smasham on the line for Arizona and Elaphobia again for Tilted Thunder.
Look over there. I saw Infidel Castro down on one knee was picking up something off the infield that was just handed off to Lost and Found, a.k.a. the game executioner. We're going to have a timeout. Are we? Yes, we are. It's going to be an official timeout, so Jason Voorhees lets us know for sure. So 2:38 to go until halftime. We'll have another official timeout. Cactus Cup is being hosted by Arizona Roller Derby. It's the 5th annual Cactus Cup tournament. That is April 18th to the 20th, 2025. That is in Mesa, Arizona at the Arizona Athletic Grounds. Featuring 16 games of WFDA Roller Derby. That is Women's Flat Track Derby Association. So it is a sanctioned WFDA tournament. Follow the Cactus Cup tournament on Instagram or Facebook. That's at Cactus Cup Tournament for more details. Top level flat track action. There are several teams coming to town. I glanced over, but I remember that was last year's poster that had the teams on it. Anyhow, several teams coming to town to do battle at Cactus Cup as they have for all of the past several years. Looking forward to that. And we also mentioned, too, there is more than a few Arizona Derby Dame skaters that also skate with Arizona Roller Derby. So, and are on their top level team as well.
Yeah, some of our skaters are doing flat track, bank track, and they're doing it all over the country
Right.
and outside the country.
Right, indeed. So, back to the action we go. Again, 2:38 to go until halftime.
We've still got Ash and still got Elaphobia. Ash making a big push there towards the front, gets out, looking to score. Elaphobia working their way. Coming up against Lightning the Queen, who gets them into the rail, but Elaphobia is out also. So this is going to be an interesting thing to see if Ash can get some points, but no, score once goes ahead and calls that off. Got a little tongue-tied there for a second.
So a good block at the back of the pack by Dope for Tilted Thunder. Ends up being 2 points for Arizona.
I know we got some support for Tilted Thunder on Twitch. Is there anybody in the building that is supporting Tilted Thunder right now? Tilted Thunder, anyone? Hands?
We got a couple people cheering. That's Dolly Spartan this time for Arizona. Both jammers fighting mid-pack. Carney Eslada for Tilted Thunder. Carney is up to the front of the pack.
Yeah, Dolly
breaking
looks like
away
they're at the
now.
back there trying to force their way through a couple of Tilted Thunder players. Ooh, but snakes their way through. coming around. Carnegie still stuck behind a couple of hot shots back there. Looks like it might be Juicy and Strange they're fighting against.
So Dolly able to get past that pivot for Tilted Thunder and get clear. 10 seconds left on the jam clock.
Yeah, Carnegie is still in the back there. Might be looking to play some defense against Arizona. It looks like that may be the case, but the jam clock wears out.
So we're now under a minute to go until halftime. Ends up being 6 points for Arizona. That's going to be Colette Razorcat at the jammer line for Arizona, jamming for the first time.
And Night Mary for Tilted Thunder. Razorcat deciding to move back a little bit closer to us. Hello.
And Colette Razorcat, of course, a member of the Brutal Beauties here in our home league. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Down she goes. And it is going to be a power jam for Tilted Thunder. That will take us into halftime, by golly. It's going to be Night Mary at the jammer line. So Mary's calling out a couple of directions. What do we have out there? We've got...
I think we've only got 2 hot shot blockers, if I'm seeing things correctly. No, 3, sorry.
2 Tilted Thunder. 3
yes,
hot
2.
shot
There we go.
All right, so we've got Dope and All of You Die out there for Tilted Thunder. Night Mary is going to... Wow, Night Mary zigzags down to the inside and gets past that.
Yeah, good job getting out of the pack that quickly.
Able to get past Lightning, which has been not easy for many of the Tilted Thunder jammers here. So 38 seconds to go on the power jam clock. Mary up to the pack, goes to the high side around the rail, and then gets around Lightning again.
Nice little juke there by Mary.
Mary lost her balance, though, trying to get around Lightning, and Lightning's able to get back around. But with a great block from the pivot, that's Olive down there. So Mary gets around, 17 seconds left. Great work so far by those 2 blockers for Tilted Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mary is going to try to go right through Bitch Please. And Bitch Please gets the best of that and knocks Mary down. So 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll do it.
We were talking about the minor teams. Night Mary is a recent graduate.
Absolutely.
Are they not? Yes.
So ends up being a 9-point power jam for Night Mary and Tilted Thunder to take us into the halftime break.
And the score as it stands is 157 Arizona to 20 Tilted Thunder.
29.
29, sorry.
Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, hadn't gone up yet.
Those 9 points are important.
Ding, ding, ding. There we go.
There we go. 29 to
157 to 29. All right. Cheer from Tilted Thunder as we award them their points. Don't worry, we were going to award them, we promise.
Absolutely.
So, team switching benches. We will be back after a 15-minute halftime break. 157-29, Arizona is in front. All right, and with that whistle, we're ready to get back to the action here in the third quarter. We are going to start with a small pack and an Arizona Power Jam with Colette Razorcat at the jammer line.
There's so few bodies on the track. What is happening?
So just 2 Arizona blockers. And then we have 1 blocker for Tilted Thunder in the penalty box as well. Razor along the inside and is able to get clear. Catching up to a pretty slow pack here in the back straightaway. Arizona's holding that pack as steady as they can with just the 2 blockers to work with. Now,
Lightning clearing away there, hopefully for Razorcat to kind of get through.
and Razor's able to get by around the outside, able to get Hannah Lecturer knocked off balance, and Razor finishing off the scoring pass. 18 seconds left to go. And trying to find, not able to, with a good block there at the point by Lightning McQueen wearing the pivot stripe, obviously able to get Colette Razorcat free down along the inside.
And really quickly, I just wanted to say thank you for following us this weekend. Maple Bacon Man, Kindle Calthrashian, Logic, Mandy Norby. Thank you so much for following along with us. We appreciate you supporting the tournament as well as the league.
Got Dolly Spartan at the jammer line for Arizona. That's Olive You Die for Tilted Thunder. Olive getting blocked out to the outside.
Dolly getting bounced around there towards the front of the pack by some Tilted Thunder players, including Dope and Night Mary and Dreidel there at the front. Dolly's still kind of stuck behind them a little bit there, but manages to get out of the pack.
Olive is trying to work along the coping and kind of get shoved up to the rail instead of getting pushed off to the infield. And Dolly to the front of the pack runs into Dreidel and Night Mary. Able to get them out of play, though, and gets through the pack.
Olive still struggling there towards the back of the pack, kind of glancing behind them. Maybe they're going to go ahead and do some little defense here. Looks like maybe. Dolly managing to get along the rail there, coming up against Night Mary once again. Night Mary kind of bumping Dolly around a bit, but Dolly clears as the jam clock expires.
So Olive is looking around and being told to go to the penalty box. So Olive to the penalty box. We have an above shoulders on Olive while Olive was trying to get clear, as well as a directional block on Dope. So Arizona with a power jam and no penalties. So Arizona with all 4 of their blockers.
And Evil Twin is going to go ahead and take that power jam for Arizona, and they get out of the pack pretty quickly as Tilted Thunder tries to regroup there in the pack to possibly hold them back from scoring some points. Arizona pushing the pack a little bit forward as Evil Twin comes around along the coping there.
So at the back of the pack now, they've got Skeletori pinned back as the goad, trying to get clear, pinned behind Lightning. Oh, look at that. Tori with a great block at the back of the pack, came off but tiptoed back on, and Evil Twin was not able to take advantage of the fact that Tori came off as well.
Yeah, Tori tried to slow down Evil Twin once again by using that little hip check. Any second you can take off the jam clock is a good thing. Evil Twin coming up, Arizona kind of forcing the pack ahead.
So full 60 seconds off the clock once again. Taking huge chunks off the clock with all these power jams. My goodness. Listening in. Jammer penalty? Yes, no, yes, no? No, apparently not. We have an arms penalty on Hannah Lecturer, and that is the extent of the penalty. Second straight jam, Arizona's gone penalty free.
But our jammers are intact. We've got Elophobia and Strange.
And Strange is going to get to the front of the pack and kind of go right through All of you die there at the front of the pack to get clear. Two coffin
Allophobia
draggers.
pushing there towards the back with 3 Arizona blockers as Strange moves up to the high, down to the low, through the middle, out on the other side.
So they've got Allophobia pinned at the back there, essentially as a goad, and they're treating this almost like a power jam. Strange is going to get by a block there at the front of the pack. 20 seconds goes up the call from the bench. So now Ella is going to be at the back of the pack and gets in there, gets a block on Strange, slides off the track. So Strange gets up and is able to keep on going, but calls it off.
Successful move on Allophobia's part.
Very successful move playing jammer defense. And Ella looks over their shoulder and smiles at their teammates. They are teammates on the Trans Agenda. Often, and 2 frequent jammers thereof on the Trans Agenda as well. So that was very fun with Ella with that block, and then kind of the wink and the smile over the shoulder at Strange as they both headed back to the bench.
Well, who knows your moves better than a teammate, right?
Well, of course. So that was a 10-point jam for Arizona, however. We have Bitch Please for Arizona at the jammer line.
And Hanny for Tilted Thunder.
And Hanny, who just took a heck of a shot from Lightning down along there, getting at the entrance to the turn. Bitch Please is out for Arizona.
Hanny taking on Lightning there at the front of the pack and manages to get out. But Bitch Please is on their trail, so...
Hanny was along the inside elbow of Lightning and waited until Lightning looked up at her own jammer, and then Hanny took that second to get on by along the inside.
That's
so
smart.
Bitch Please calls it off.
I'm laughing because Sandy and Olive are like sticking their tongues out at each other.
Yes. So we have all of you die for Tilted Thunder and
Sandra Slay
for
O'Connor.
Arizona. They were sticking their tongues out at each other, and after the whistle blew, Olive turned her head and stuck her tongue out at Sandy and then took off. So of course, we said it's just a joy watching Olive skate, I'll tell you what. Sandy is going to get by that last blocker and get clear for Arizona. There's 38 seconds left on the jam clock.
Olive working towards the back of the pack there to get past some block. Oh, it looks like they're going to try to do a little bit of defense, but Sandy gets by. And I think is that Nightmare? Yeah, Nightmare there at the top of the pack tries to keep Sandy off track, but Sandy manages to make their way around.
Olive gets blocked off at the back of the pack by Dolly Spartan. Now is going to line up, try to block Sandy, and then take off as soon as that was over. Blocked off to the inside, makes an Olive noise, getting hit to the infield. And then reestablishing. It's Sandy.
Sandy just had to laugh at that.
Among other things, is when your jammer gets hit and is laughing so hard when they hit the ground that they're holding their midsection when they go down on their knees. Not really sure what happened, but Sandy thought that hit was funny as heck.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
So,
and I believe
it really must be demeaning when you block somebody and they just laugh at you.
Right.
I'm guessing probably
takes the power all out of it.
Power move by Sandy right there. My goodness. How dare you?
Exactly.
Meanwhile, here we go. There's Carney and Slaughter is your jammer for Tilted Thunder and gets out for Tilted Thunder, in fact.
I believe we've got Evil Twin for Arizona, working there towards the front of the pack, trying to get around a couple of, let's see, it looks like that might be Skeletori that they were working around. Do manage to get out, but Carne Aslada is looking to pick up some points here. Breaks through. Oh, breaks through that wall, but then it lands on the track.
So, it is 4 points for Tilted Thunder there. So, 213 to 33. We write so that's number 34, Pretty Hurt Machine for Arizona this time.
And it looks like Allophobia once again for Tilted Thunder. Off they go. Pretty Hurt Machines doing some battle there with Skeletori at the. Oh no, sorry, that was Olive. With Olive there, getting out of the pack. Elaphobia towards the back of the pack now, trying to find an opening. As Hurt comes through, slides around along the rail there, but takes a tumble with Dreidel and Olive.
Then fought off down to the infield by Dreidel, so good blocking there in the front end by Tilted Thunder to hold Hurt up. Elaphobia now is still at the back and watching the two blockers. Now a 3-wall at the back of the pack for Arizona, while that 3-wall at the front of the pack is still holding strong for Tilted Thunder. Now a blocker barreling up from behind. That's Strange.
Hurt got a little bit of
out.
help there from Strange, yeah.
Strange going right through Nightmare. So I heard Strange going to the penalty box with a back block. And I see them also parking Dolly Spartan. We're going to have an official timeout signaled by Chase and Voorhees. I'm watching what's going on. I see Troy McClure talking to the penalty box at the moment, so we will find out what's going on with that. However, official timeout. Right now there's 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Arizona 218, Tilted Thunder 33. So fans here in the arena, we have it on good authority that the baked good peddler is down in Vendor Village and will be staying here through the end of the bout because they like to stay and feed the skaters, we hear. So it might be a good idea for you to pick up some of that stuff on the way home on your way out. You're going to be walking right by it anyway. And it really is. It's really, like I said earlier, sorry you didn't get any blueberry lemon time scones. I took them. I'm not even sorry about it. They looked wonderful, and I was like, give me all of those.
But there are plenty of goodies left.
Yes, there's
plenty
so
of
many
goodies.
things, yeah. So avail yourself of that opportunity leaving the arena. I'm sure she doesn't want to take it home. So pick yourself up some of those delicious baked goods on your way out.
Help her and yourself out.
So lots of penalties on the board. I see an above shoulders. The board is leaning over backwards. I see an above shoulders on Nightmare. That's the only penalty I see on Tilted Thunder. All right, Arizona picked up the back block on Strange that we are aware of, and that was on Dolly Spartan. That is multiplayer block. So that is what we are looking at in the penalty box. We have Lightning McQueen at the jammer line for Arizona, and that's number 57 for the first time for Tilted Thunder.
Looks like Skardu Valley?
That's right. That's Skardu Valley's first time starting off as jammer here. And Lightning is going to spin to win at the front of the pack. Gets by that last blocker. Skardu Valley had the star come off and then took off using that turbulence in the pack. Also, the fact that Arizona only has 2 blockers out there. Lightning now approaching the pack quickly. Gets a good block there from the pivot. Gets up and gets what she can and calls it off, with Skardu Valley coming in strong down the front straightaway. And I see Lightning in the penalty box now, so that is going to be a power jam upcoming for Tilted Thunder. That is Olive at the jammer line for them. Olive says, frankly, I'm not excited. That's a quote. That's a quote. And Olive, despite being unexcited, is, well, that's probably why, is when you get knocked into the rail like that.
It shouldn't be Olive, you die. It should be Olive never says die.
That's right. So now Olive is fighting to get by and gets a good block there. Dreidel pinning a blocker to the rail, but there's 2 more Arizona blockers waiting.
Yeah, we've got 3 Arizona blockers there working on poor Olive. So pushing, off onto the infield, pushing.
25 seconds left on the Power Jam clock. The Arizona defense up to the task so far, able to knock Olive fully down onto the infield, and Olive's going to get up, stretch the back, and reestablish. That was a full-on straight up. That's what I look like when I get out of a chair. Olive standing up, the spine straight, you know. Had a blocker trying to cling, and Olive is now out of the pack.
Olive is out, but it's a little late.
It may be academic, but Olive did become an active scorer and really got hit hard once again.
Yes.
So, anyhow. And at some point also picked up a penalty, did Olive. So now we have a power jam for Arizona. It's going to be Evil Twin for Arizona. But before we get to that, we're going to have a challenge. Challenge by Tilted Thunder. We'll wait for that to be official, of course, and they'll have a whistle, and then they'll tell us that there's a challenge. But that flag was hard to miss. All right. Challenge purple. So probably challenging the jammer penalty. One can never assume, but that is probably the best guess at what's going on until told otherwise. So 1:56 to go in the third quarter. Your score right now 221-33. Arizona is in front. Our next home bout here for the Arizona Derby Dames will be back here at the arena next Saturday, 6 days from today. That bout is at 5 p.m. as all of our home team bouts are this year. Doors open at 4:30. It's our last home team bout of the season for playoff seeding. All the playoff marbles, really. It's our number one. The two teams currently tied at number one in the standings are going to go head-to-head. The Doomsday Valkyries versus the Runaway Brides, and then a minor assaults mashup, that minors program we were just talking about. So that is here at the Hall of Dames, 5 p.m. Two bouts, fantastic 120 minutes of Derby action.
If you're local, come out. If you're not local, or if you're not able to come out, you can always check us out on Twitch.
That is correct. The challenge continuing there along the back straightaway. We'd also like to remind you that the after party, which will be coming up once we're done here. I've been touting an awards ceremony. There isn't one. Yeah, no, there wasn't one last year. The awards are being handed out basically, you know, after each bout as they standardly do. So not an award ceremony to worry about. Once this wraps up, pretty much once we've done the high fives, we can just decamp on to the Churchill, which is over on Roosevelt and 1st Street, perhaps Roosevelt and 2nd Street. As I've said before, Navit, I'm not sure. I parked down there near there. So, anyhow, like I said, that is the Churchill, and should be right about when we wrap up. We'll be finishing this bout up perhaps about 5:30 or so.
There's no award ceremony, but everyone's a winner for being here this weekend.
I am signaled that it is okay to announce this. The challenge was successful. Penalty overturned. Wait, I'm sorry. Challenge upheld. See? Yeah, challenge lost. I know.
Challenge unsuccessful. There we go.
Yeah.
We got it.
Frankly, because nobody announcing the challenges knows to say that the penalty. I keep hearing penalty was. I don't know. I give up. There is no possible way I'm ever going to announce the results of the challenge possibly for the rest of time. It is a penalty. It is a power jam for the Arizona Derby Dames Hot Shots. That's Evil Twin for Arizona. Twins out. There's 49 seconds left on the power jam. Those defenders for Tilted Thunder are going to try to stay together there at the back of the pack.
Yeah, it looks like Carney Eslada, and that was Skeletori that bumped Twin off onto the infield, disrupting their momentum. But Twin breaks through and is out of the pack. Tilted Thunder's going to try to regroup there with a little bit of a wall towards the back of the pack to keep Twin at bay. Ooh, Twin takes a tumble.
Block from Skeletori, who we've already mentioned that Tori and Twin are teammates on the home teams here in the league. So Twin, though, able to finish the scoring pass, and the clock is going to expire. Checking in on that score, and it was indeed 2 full scoring passes, 10-point power jam. Sandra Slay O'Connor for Arizona, Elophobia for Tilted Thunder.
Off the jammers go. Looks like Sandy's going to go to the high there. Elophobia down towards the infield there, but Sandy gets out as lead jammer. Elophobia still kind of struggling there against, looks like that might be Evil Twin. No.
Sandy now up
Maybe.
to the pack.
No, that's Princess Leia. Sorry.
Sandy is now got pinned to the rail there as the quarter clock expires.
Yeah, and Elophobia is out.
So Sandy tries to get by, able to get by, finishes off that scoring pass, and we'll call it off.
Ooh.
And Elophobia back in.
Elophobia took out a couple of their own players there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that momentum's
Coming in quickly.
tough. Yeah, coming in hot.
So that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. As we step aside for our final quarter break, as we said, snack bar shutting down. Last call for the snack bar. 5-minute break. Your score at the moment: Arizona 236, Tilted Thunder 33. He's on the board. It looks like we'll start the fourth quarter with a power jam for Tilted Thunder. That's going to be Hannah Roll Lecturer out there. Small pack. 3 blockers for Arizona. Just 2 blockers for Tilted Thunder. So, quickly moving pack also.
Yes, Hanny making a big play to get around Lightning the Queen here. Hopefully score some points. Not successful at this point. Oh, see? Contradicted myself. There we go. Hanny is out.
Yeah, great teamwork
Coming
by the
around
two
for
blockers
points.
there. Carnia Slata and Skeletori teaming up to open up a path for...
Ash Smasham did a nice job breaking up Skeletori and Carnia Slata there. Henny working to break through the little bit of the wall that's there. Oh, tumbling. Couple tumbles.
Tori is now going to get pinned to the rail at the front of the pack, trying to spin around a couple of times. It gets blocked down by Lightning.
Hanny back up, looking to break through. It looks like Evil Twin and Lightning the Queen up there.
Yep. And we'll wait for confirmation from the infield. I feel like Tori would have been fighting a little harder if Tori thought that Tori had not gotten past. Let's see. Okay. There we are. Took a second. We have 5 points for Tilted Thunder as we get that adjusted properly. Tilted Thunder says they want that point back as they were watching the scoreboard. Sorry, no.
Every point counts.
Inadvertent point. So Tilted Thunder, however, that is a 5-point power jam. And as I thought, Tori was believed to be past all 5 skaters and was. So
yes.
That was the idea. Anyhow, star pass forward for Arizona. Taking over as jammer is Pretty Hurt Machine.
And we've got, oops, okay.
Hurt quickly
Never
through
mind.
the pack.
I wasn't quick enough on the draw on that one.
So 4 points for Arizona. This is going to be Muerta for Arizona. And okay. Skeletori is jamming for Tilted Thunder and is out and clear. And your jammer, as we said for Arizona, Muerta is about a quarter track behind, so Tori's going to try to get back to the pack and get some points. They've got a couple of Arizona blockers at the back of the pack and a solid wall, so Tori just tries to get hips in front of a couple of them and call it off. Muerta with the fast pursuit.
Really quickly for all of you Sweets fan, Raven Sweet Haven is now selling the remainder of their lovely baked goods for $5 a piece, so go get them.
Yes, I was going to say, grab that on your way out of here for $5 a piece because, you know, it's really good stuff. They dropped a lot of stuff in the ref room, and I get to have I'm a ref by proxy because I'm married to one, so I get to sample the ref table. Do I get to? I don't know. Who's going to stop me? For real? No, I'm just kidding. Meanwhile, I sampled the scones, and they were really, really good. Anyway, that is Sandra Slay O'Connor, who was out for Arizona.
And this looks like Elaphobia coming up behind.
Quickly on the pursuit, so
yes.
Sandy up to the pack, gets by a downed skater for Tilted Thunder and calls it off.
Elaphobia didn't give Sandy much choice there but to call that off. And we've got Hanny back on the line for Tilted Thunder and Muerta as well for Arizona.
Moving right along, no penalties for either side.
Well, Jammer's kind of heading towards the high there. A little bit of tumbling going on. A little bumping and shaking there between Arizona. Oh, Lightning the Queen is after Hanny. Stops Hanny. Hanny calls it off.
So I was going to say, Hannah Roll Lecturer was out and then was out. Are we going to, yes, we are. That is not a penalty on Hannah Roll Lecturer.
No.
Nope. So excellent awareness by the jammer there to know that that they cleared the pack, and even though Lightning had gotten back around, they were okay to call it off.
Yep.
So there you go. No points for either side, as we mentioned. All of you die is heading off the track for Tilted Thunder because this is a power jam for Arizona. That is going to be Dolly Spartan at the jammer line.
Wait,
and here
maybe
comes
not.
Olive back because this is not a power jam.
I didn't see a penalty on the star. So
And
wait,
now
now
they
is
have,
something happening?
They have now radioed in the illegal call off on
What is happening?
Hannah Roll lecturer.
Oh wait, okay, there we go.
Yeah, illegal procedure because of the apparently Hannah Roll lecturer was here. I'm extolling how great of jammer awareness it was, and apparently it was a penalty.
Oh,
So not okay for Hannah to
okay.
call that
We
off
liked
as
it, but apparently
yeah.
it was wrong.
Took
All
a
right.
while for that to get discussed out. So apparently it was close. Apparently very close.
There you
but
go.
That was the final ruling. So Dolly Spartan for Arizona with the power jam. We've got 10 minutes to go in regulation, 40 seconds to go in the power jam.
We got 3 blockers out there for Tilted Thunder, 4 for Arizona.
Dolly gets clear. Juicy Kill Tour.
Dolly's just making the rounds here at this point. Let's see if they get any opposition here from Tilted Thunder. Little bit, but not enough to slow her down.
Yep, Dolly was able to get the angle on Elaphobia there. They've got that skater goaded at the back. And Dolly weaves that skater and then hits the wall. This time, a little more defensive resistance, but Dolly's still able to clear it. However, just 5 seconds left on the clock. And that'll do it for that power jam. Ends up being a full 20 for Dolly Spartan. 20-point power jam for Dolly Spartan and Arizona. 1 skater down. I heard an arms penalty coming in. And I see a directional block as well on Strange. So we have 2 skaters in the penalty box for Arizona. So pack advantage for Tilted Thunder here.
And we've got Carney Aslada for Tilted Thunder wearing the star, and Bitch Please for Arizona.
Carney is up to the front of the pack, but gets pinned to the rail by Lightning, then gets freed briefly. Lightning is going to now come back to block again. Bitch Please is going to steer to the inside and then get blocked off at the last second.
Bitch
By
Please
number
back on the
56,
track there.
that's
Carney
right.
Aslada stuck at the back there, looking to maybe play a little defense, maybe edging forward.
Yep, 18 seconds left on the jam clock.
Carney Aslada's definitely got Bitch Please in her sights, but Bitch Please decided to just scooch around. Scooch. I like that word, scooch.
So Carney now is going to line up to defend again. It looks like the clock is likely going to expire and does. So
Looks like that was a 10-point jam there for Arizona.
it was, and I hear we have a double jammer down. We ended up with penalties on both. That was going to be an Arizona power jam. However, late penalty on Bitch Please towards the end of that there with a back block. So Elaphobia comes out for Tilted Thunder.
And we've got Sandra Slay O'Connor for Arizona. Elaphobia gets bumped off onto the infield there, looks like by Juicy.
Now up to the outside and is met up there by Pretty Hurt Machine.
Sandra
So-
Slay O'Connor trying to weave their way through to the front of the pack there, but Elaphobia takes over as lead jammer for
right.
Tilted Thunder.
Ella is out for Tilted Thunder. And Olive delivered a block to Sandy, but Olive was out of play, so Sandy, even though she came off, got to go on around. We have Sandy now closing in, so Ella calling off the jam, facing the prospect of running into a couple more Arizona blockers at the front of the pack. So with just under 6.5 to go here in regulation, we have, looks like, well, we have a power jam for Arizona.
There was a penalty on Elaphobia. And it looks like we're going to have Colette Razorcat taking that power jam for Arizona.
Yeah, full complement of blockers for Tilted Thunder otherwise. So Colette Razorcat patiently waiting. So Razor trying to tiptoe along the coping along the inside. And those blockers for Tilted Thunder keeping the door closed and then able to go on around. It looks like just briefly out of play, and Colette Razorcat able to find an opening.
Yeah, Tilted Thunder actually took a few seconds off the jam clock there, holding Razorcat back a little bit. They're coming up for some scoring. Tilted Thunder trying to maybe build a little wall here at the front of the pack, giving a little bit of opposition to Colette Razorcat. Skeletori goes down.
Razor up to the front of the pack, doing battle with another brutal beauty, Skeletori.
Yes.
And good blocking by Tori, able to kind of hold
Absolutely.
Razor pinned up to the rails. So Razor's going to let the clock run out, it would appear. Well, checking on the score from the infield during that scoring pass, and all right, so a team timeout for Tilted Thunder. And we were checking on, ends up being a 5-point jam for Colette Razorcat and the Arizona Derby Dames. So that would be why Colette Razor wasn't really trying to press at the end. Same thing as Tori before. So 5 minutes exactly to go here in the fourth quarter. So taking a look now, of course, don't forget, coming up on the calendar, next major bank track tournament is Battle on the Bank, which is the national championship. That'll take place here at the Hall of Dames. We are hosting that this spring. Well, it's in the summer in most other parts of the country. We try to sneak it up a little bit so that it's not 8,000 degrees outside. Anyhow, so that's at the end of May, which, again, it will still, frankly, be no picnic. We have an official timeout now, taking over at the end of the team timeout. Anyhow, Battle on the Bank is at the very end of May, the last weekend of May, national championship. Arizona, the national champion Arizona Hotshots, will be attempting to defend their crown, trying to make sure to not surrender it to San Diego, who they beat in the title game, or giving it back to LA, who had it for several years before Arizona took it. So many storylines to look forward to at Battle on the Bank. Tilted Thunder will be there. Tilted Thunder appointing themselves plenty well here during Chingadera. Other teams perhaps.
Texas, perhaps?
Yep, perhaps Texas. Yeah. Texas was the last one. So again, as we mentioned before, several leagues trying to find their feet still and field traveling teams. So we'll look forward to that. That's the next major bank track tournament.
That'll be a lot of fun, although I have to say that the trophy just looks so pretty right here.
Yes.
That we really don't want it to go anywhere. So
also true. So we will see. Obviously, we'll be here. I'm sure both of us will be here on the mic pretty plenty for a home tournament. And as we said, we've got the Cactus Cup coming up. Next flat track tournament here in town, anyhow, will be Cactus Cup. That is April 18th to 20th, coming up in 2 months. That is in Mesa at the Arizona Athletic Grounds, which is out there on the 24 and Ellsworth, kind of on the border of, out there sort of in the Apache Junction, Mesa, Queen Creeky kind of area-ish. Very nice facility, humongous facility, indoor. Well, obviously it's flat track. Most flat track is indoor unless you're in San Diego. Meanwhile, really nice facility. You should check that out. There are going to be 16 WFTDA games going on throughout that weekend. All kinds of roller derby action. Don't forget, here in town, we love when people come out and support us here at the Hall of Dames, and when they support us on Twitch. But don't forget, we are not the only game in town, and if you look around you, there is flat track roller derby in your neighborhood. We guarantee it. We have all sorts of derby around the valley and around the state. Here in town, Phoenix Roller Derby, Phoenix RD, is all gender roller derby, and they have their bouts out in the Glendale area. We have Arizona Skate Club down in Casa Grande. We have the Arizona Roller Girls, who are out in the Mesa Queen Creek-ish area, also in the East Valley. AZRD, which is of course hosting Cactus Cup, their current home is the Arizona Athletic Grounds. So like we always say, Google Derby near me, you will find it. There is Derby in your area. It is guaranteed, no matter where you are. Anyhow, that is All of You Die out there on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder, and Strange jamming for Arizona. Had Stash a Star and now pops it back on.
All of You Die towards the middle of the pack there, trying to work their way through. Getting a little bit of opposition by Arizona, pushing through. Looks like Twin and Dolly there working really hard to keep Olive from getting out of the pack.
Olive is just kind of trying to contort around any blockers possible. Oh, stays up, stays on the track. Question
Olive
mark.
makes it
we'll
out.
find out. And a cheer. Olive with the fist pump, staying upright.
I'm telling you, it's not Olive You Die.
Is.
It's Olive Never Says Die.
That is absolutely correct. Strange finishes off that scoring pass. Olive out of the pack to force that call off. We are looking at the board. No penalties on Tilted Thunder there. So Tilted Thunder brings out 4 blockers to just 2 for Arizona in this upcoming jam.
Yeah, we've got Skardu Valley for Tilted Thunder and Ash Smash'em for Arizona.
And that was a violent collision.
That was.
My goodness, Skardu Valley was moving fast, and Lightning stepped in the way, and that's like hitting a brick wall right there. That was quite and they both just kind of absorbed it, which was amazing. Wow, that was a lot of physics coming together at once. Anyhow, there's another great block on the front end of the pack. There goes Ash Smash'em for Arizona out of the pack. Skardu Valley blocked off by Lightning once again.
Yeah, Skardu Valley back on the track there. Now trying to get around Lightning, it looks like. Lightning seems to be the one in the way for Skardu Valley as Ash is coming around for some points.
Now Ash up to the pack and skater down. There's 5 seconds left on the jam clock. And trying to get out the front of the pack goes once again. And Lightning for Emphasis delivers one last knock to Skardu Valley and knocks them down. So that is 3 points for Arizona. We just more than 2 minutes to go in regulation when this jam begins. And I hope everybody at home got to hear that, but a great cheer from the crowd for TTRD. And a blurry eyesight, but I'm pretty sure that is the LA skaters that have hung around to
looks like a couple are up there.
I do recognize at a distance penetration. Anyhow, out of the pack for Arizona comes Dolly Spartan, jamming for.
Let's see, it looks like Ellophobia was back on the line for.
And Ella is up towards the front, and Dolly just got by. Ella was like a split second from blocking Dolly and getting out themselves, but now has to follow Dolly down around into the back straightaway. Dolly is going to catch up, is going to get by that last blocker. Up to the front of the pack, and Dolly calls it. I feel like the whistle sounded before Ella got there. Ella puts fingers up.
That was
that's
close.
What jammers always do.
That was close, yeah.
Jammers always think they got points. Ella did. Ella with the finger up. The jammer is rewarded. You know, it's just like everybody driving to the hoop says "and one." You know, jammers are always going to stick the finger up. Once in a while, they're right. Once in a while, it's an "and one." Once in a while. You know what I mean? Anyhow.
Handy for Tilted Thunder and Colette Razorcat for Arizona. Both jammers towards the back of the pack there. Although, very, very successful star pass there to Lightning the Queen, who takes that on. As Hanny is still pushing towards the back of the pack there. Lightning coming around for some points.
Hanny gets knocked off balance but stays upright. Lightning tries to go along the inside. Skeletori tries to throw a block. Lightning spins around it. You know, for somebody who doesn't like jamming, Lightning sure has some pretty spiffy moves as a jammer, don't you think? Anyhow, that is Hannah Roll Lecturer out of the pack for Tilted Thunder to keep this to 1 second scoring attempt for Lightning, who calls it off. So we got Time for one more jam in regulation. That'll push Arizona up over 3 bills for the bout. Very briefly here in the late going. We've got Olive You Die on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder and Sandra Slay O'Connor for Arizona. One last regulation time jam. And Olive is going to grab off that star, but continue rotating up and down the wall.
Olive still pushing to get out of that pack, though, even though the star's in their hand.
Got a blocker there to help now, trying to drive past those blockers. And Sandy now with the full head of steam, and Olive with the hands up, and is now going to call it. Oh, no.
Oh, the yelling.
All the yelling.
So much yelling.
All the yelling, so much yelling. We will track down and ensure that the people who actually call the penalties got the word on that one.
Right.
Let's check it there. Well, anyhow, that is going to bring us up to the end of regulation. No points on either side. Olive had not yet put the star cover on, so Sandra Slay O'Connor and the entirety of the front stretch were calling for a penalty. I did not quite catch the whiteboard. It's rather academic at this point because here comes head referee Mama Seidel, and with that
and
whistle,
there it is.
Chingadera 2025, your final bout comes to a close. Your final score 307-44. Arizona goes 3-0 at Chingadera 2025.
Many thanks to Tilted Thunder for coming all this way to participate in Chingadera.
Absolutely.
It was a joy to watch you skate.
We'll see if Arizona is now going to come on around and get some high fives down there along the back straightaway. And then, once again, here comes Tilted Thunder, and we'll have a cheer for them as well coming up from the crowd. Big cheer from the hometown crowd here for Tilted Thunder coming to town, as we said. Super appreciated. We appreciate all the teams that traveled to come here today, from Los Angeles for the Derby Dolls, and from Everett, Washington for Tilted Thunder, and from points near and far for Midway Magic. Several of them that I follow on social media saw them trekking in from all parts of the country.
Right.
So.
And many thanks to you for being here, and for those of you on Twitch who've been following us.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks to the new follows to the Arizona Derby Dames Twitch channel. Don't forget to go follow your own league's Twitch or YouTube live channel if you have one. I forgot to dap out, my goodness, that jam started, and it occurred to me, I'm glad I remembered, the Arizona Sun Devils Roller Derby Club is now having regular bouts. I should mention Phoenix RD now has home teams. They've got 2 home teams. Their first home team bout is coming up shortly. Premiering their 2 home teams. They've got a team now in black and red to go with the purple and green of the league. So
nice.
That looked really sharp. I saw that. The Valley Vipers, I think, is what their second team is called. Yeah. Excited for that for them. And as I said, also mentioned again, ASU now has had their second bout going on, so they're fielding regular bouts. Lots of great roller derby going on in Phoenix and
it's there if you want it.
It is, as we said, around the country. Really, if you're watching this, if you're tuning in because you're watching your bank track team, they're guaranteed there's flat track leagues near you. So check it out. Fantastic. If you sampled all of the fizzy drinks, do not drive your car, please.
Be safe.
I always say I will drive you home. Thanks once again to all the traveling teams, to all the traveling officials, to the AV team for working hard throughout the weekend. Thank you, Sophie, for announcing more than one bout.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks to Night Mary for helping us out. To Tornado Alley.
Yes.
And yesterday, oh goodness, had to wipe my nose for a second. Joining me yesterday for the second bout, I forgot. I'm so tired. Who joined me for the second bout yesterday?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was only here for the first bout yesterday.
I thank them too. It is a complete blank in my head right now. So they'll thank me later. Anyhow, we were going to go ahead and get off the horn and get off the stream. The stream's probably already off unless they're filming the awards. So we'll get out of here and get out of your ear. Thanks so much for being at Chingadera 2025.